Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your April 2020 General Tarot reading. It's Rena here. Ooh, I like it. I like this. I'm a Sag. I really like this. The heart of the matter is being able to move forward because you have clarity of thought and you're able to see things in their true light. And this is really beautiful because this is also a card that's associated with achieving some kind of a victory that comes from adverse circumstances. So because there's a lot of pentacles around here, it suggests to me that this could be financial breakthroughs, but coming from the thoughts that you think. So in other words, I would attach it to law of attraction, because law of attraction is about a change in consciousness and how you perceive things and how it manifests as a result of your perceptions. But also in any area of life, like for instance, let's say that you were doing a certain type of job or profession and you really did not like it. Perhaps you have a degree in it. Perhaps your parents have told you how proud they are that you're doing this, and you know that it's bringing great pride to the loved ones or whatever, but you're just not happy, and you feel like you felt a sense of like disconnect with whatever it was that you were doing. You may kind of like put your finger on it and are able to move forward and move ahead and have new beginnings because you are seeing the light. You're seeing what's really true for you. And to me, the Ace of Swords is standing in your own truth. To thine own self be true, rather than, living out somebody else's dreams. And in the past position, we have the Queen of Wands. I kind of smiled when I got this card because I received a comment. I don't even know what sign it was for in one of my recent videos. And someone was very offended by my interpretation of the Queen of Wands in that reading. And the Queen of Wands is a card associated with Sagittarius. So it's a card that we could look at as an affirmation of who we are as Sagittarians, and even male Sagittarians. This is the queen element is water or cups. Well, this is a tarot reading. I don't have to reduce it to cups, but the water element, and then we have the wands as fire. So fire and water, and both of these are emotional, but fire is passionate. And when we talk about the water, we're talking also about psychic tendencies, intuitive tendencies. And so this kind of thing is, when I was doing the other reading, it was based upon the other cards that were there, how I was interpreting it. And when you're doing a tarot reading, it can transcend the actual meaning of the card. It's something that really makes sense for you as the reader. So it's one of those things where somebody else may disagree with the interpretation. That happens all the time with anything in life, whether you're reviewing a movie or, everybody has their own way of looking at things, and that's what makes it so interesting. In this context, I see the Queen of Wands as Sagittarians coming into their own power. When I see royalty, be it the queen or the king, I think of self-empowerment. In terms of the queen, however, to me, it's more about the intuitive side of things, of really like aligning yourself with your desires, your dreams, and what you believe is your destiny. And the King of Wands might be more of the outer power in the world, but the Queen of Wands, I could see even being, at least in part, your inner power. And it's also connected to Sagittarius, so it's a twofer. So that's wonderful. And so that may make you much more able to forge ahead and to kind of like cover new territory and go and do new things. And it's perfect for April, because April is a month where the majority of the month the sun is in Aries, and Aries is a fire energy. So it forms a trine to Sagittarius, and that is very harmonious, and that makes manifestation easier. But it does take the person having the will to do it and feeling like that is something that they want to do. It's not going to just happen on its own, in its own accord. It's going to happen if you take those steps to kind of like meet this energy halfway. The higher message is the Four of Pentacles. Now, when I read the card that is the higher message, it's a bigger picture. And so I call it the spiritual message because of this. So it's not just a mundane interpretation of the card, which, by the way, is a card about sound money management, getting your affairs in order materially. So that would be on the mundane level. But on the spiritual level, how I see this is that when you are being true to yourself, then it manifests in every sense of the word. So it can even improve your finances because you're doing something that is aligned. And the universe is going to reflect that even materially. And so the converse is likewise true. When you're finding that your finances are kind of flat or downright in bad shape, that you look at, what it is that you're doing and seeing if it really still resonates with you. Or if there's something you can just tweak. Maybe it's something that has nothing to do with the actual work you're doing and it's in a different area of life that you need to kind of boost your vibration. Sometimes it just takes that to put you on a whole new level. And so I feel like, it's almost like I feel like April, Sagittarians are going to just like be coming, rushing in out of the gate. And it's funny too, because I think of April 1st, it's April Fool's Day. I think of the Fool's card and like a whole new journey. So if you kind of approach it like that, maybe it can feel like an adventure to you. What crosses you is the King of Pentacles. This can be an authority figure that has some kind of financial power. An example is dealing with authorities in the bank, or, and it might just be something that's more like red tape or something like that. Sorry about the train. I'm looking out the window. It looks like it's a one of those long ones. But the funny thing is, it's super noisy, and I have the windows closed. So sometimes I guess it's noisier than others. But in any case, this could also be a person that you have to deal with, like a boss, who is very materialistic, and they may be giving you a hard time. This could also be an earth sign individual, or especially a male, maybe even chronologically older than you. Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. This person may be kind of creating blockages for you. If this is your boss and you are seeing the light and you're deciding that you want to kind of go your own way, and you talk to this person, they may not appreciate it, because they might just see you as a moneymaker and not as your own person. So you might have to be careful if you are in a current job situation that you plan to transition from, that you are discreet, that you're not necessarily putting all your cards on the table, pardon the pun, and letting somebody know, letting a boss who's not understanding know what's going on. This can even be like a personal relationship. You may be seeing the light about a personal relationship, and that person is kind of putting their, kind of like barring the door and making it hard for you to exit gracefully. And it might have always been this case, that this person simply is very materialistic and not really interested in spiritual things, and you have finally realized that you're just not on the same page. And the reason I'm saying that so assuredly is knowing that Sagittarians, even if they don't go to church on Sunday, they tend to be interested in things like, the existence of God and the spiritual questions of life to one degree or another. Or maybe just have that intuitive knowing that life is about more than, possessions and how much money somebody's making. And you may have grown into your current place that you're at. Maybe before you were less, if you've been with this person for a long time, it didn't seem like such a glaring difference, and now it does, and it feels almost unbearable. And really, in those situations, it's important also to be tolerant of the other person and realize that we're all growing. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Buy a muffler. That people are growing at different rates, and we have to meet people where they are. Sagittarians, let's face it, we get accused of being quite preachy because we tend to be if there's one area that we tend to be puffed up about, it's in the area of wisdom, because, hey, we're the sage, we're the sage, right? And so we know it all, right? And really, being tolerant of where somebody is at is super important, because they will get there. They will unfold at their own rate. And it might mean that the relationship can't continue in its current form, but there still is this need to be respectful and, seeing the unity of all creatures, especially creatures like the King of Pentacles in reverse. What's coming in, I love this, the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the portal, we've got the, the new life, the door. It's interesting too, because we do have a new moon in Taurus, which is on Earth Day, on at least in America we call it Earth Day, April 22nd. And so that might be a time, aces are beginnings, that you get a new job, that you get some money coming to you for some reason. Maybe it's a gift. What I like about this card is you see the heavens kind of presenting that money. And I do think that April's a good money month, Because here I got the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. And even the Ace of Swords could be an idea that comes to you that has financial benefit. Okay? And I just think that if you do your part in kind of paving the way or planting the seeds for what it is that you want to attract to you, that you will be doing a great thing. The other thing about this is that the new moon in Taurus is going to be in the 6th house of health and work. So that could be kind of indicating what is going on here in terms of new beginnings. So that could definitely be that new moon, the Ace in the Earth house of the 6th house, and in Taurus, an Earth sign. So there you go. The outcome is the Eight of Pentacles, and this is a card of training, but it can be a card of excellence in your work, of financial mastery or wealth. Well, the Eight of Pentacles can be like, very good for attracting money, but also doing a good job. So in some cases, this can be an apprenticeship, or you're taking some kind of course that is perhaps going to enhance your credentials, your job, or kind of give you more job security if you feel like kind of shaky in that area, but also something that you want to do. That's what I want to emphasize here. But it has a financial benefit attached to it. So I really love this. I'm so happy. And it's funny because I don't always think this when I'm doing a reading for the sign that my sun sign is. I don't always just be, eagerly anticipating it, but I claim this reading. Let's put it that way. Okay, Sagittarius, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you would like a personal reading, the link is below. I do a lot of astrological readings and, relationship readings and natal chart interpretations. Please check me out at rainamoonastrology.com. Take care. Bye.